Okay, am I audible now to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are also audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now you are also audible.
Sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, so did you understand this one? Did you understand what I was discussing before?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the first example, the names were random in nature. So I couldn't identify what was the purpose of the code. In the second example, I can understand little. That is, I am finding the product of two numbers. That's what the guess I can do on the second example. But from the third example, you see here, I can clearly tell I am finding the payment of an employee based on the hours and the rate. So mean when you are naming the variables, so you should have some purpose for the names. Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you about this example. With this example, did you get this one now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So mean always
Sir.
use the mnemonics. These are called as mnemonics. Variables should have some mnemonics. That means the meaning. There should be some meaning for the variable that we are going to use in the program. Okay, that's called as mnemonic. Okay, right. So with this now I can I'll end up the first chapter. That is in the first module there are 3 chapters. First basics, second one is flow control, and the third one is functions. So first chapter got over. So now I'll come to the second chapter of the first module, that is flow control. Okay, so what exactly flow control, we'll take up that later. So but before that we'll discuss some more concepts like related to operators, because these operators will play the important role in controlling the execution of the program or the flow of the program, right? So first, one more data type that's available in Python is the Boolean data type. So we already seen 3 data types. One is int, float, and the third one is string type. So one more data type is available, that is Boolean data type, which has got only 2 values. So you all know Boolean values are only 2, that is 0 and 1. So but here the 0 and 1 are represented as true and false. So capital T and capital F you have to use. When you want to use the true and false, you must remember, because it's a case sensitive programming language, so you must use capital T and capital F for true and false, right? So true indicates 1 and false indicates 0. Thus these are the 2 Boolean values. So these Boolean values will play the major role in some of the operators. We'll see those operators. Okay. Then the next set of operators, so we already learned arithmetic operators. The next set of operator is comparison operators. What is comparison operators? So basically the comparison operators are used to compare the relation between the 2 values. Compare the relation between the 2 values or 2 data items or 2 variables or 2 operands, you can say anything. So it is going to compare the relation between the 2 operators. When I say relation, so then the answer will be in the form yes or no. Easy, your uncle, if I ask this question, what will be your answer? Will be either yes or will be no, right? Are they your parents? Then your answer will be either yes or no. So mean I'm just identifying the relation. So like that, if you want to find out some relation between the data items, so then we are going to use the operators called as comparison operators. So there are 6 comparison operators. One is less than or equals to, equal to, greater than or equals to, greater than, not equals to. And one more thing what you need to remember here is, for all these comparison operators have got the equal precedence. They come next to arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators has got highest precedence than comparison operators. Later I will show you the hierarchy of that. Arithmetic operators comes always first in the precedence, then second precedence goes to comparison operators. But among the comparison operators, all have got the equal precedence. Mean all these operators have same precedence value. So when Then when you use these relational operators or comparison operators in an expression, then again you need to apply the associativity rule, that is left to right associativity rule, to evaluate the expressions. So let's take some examples here. So look at this one. I have written some code here, that is x equals to 5 if x is equals to 5. So before I go into this if statements, just I'll show you a simple way of using the comparison operators, then we'll come to if statement and all. 2 equals to, for example, 3. 2 is equals to 3. So I am just comparing whether they are equal or not. If not equal, they will result false. If equal, then it will evaluate to true. So then see here, the answer is false. Likewise, 2 less than 5, 4. 2 less than 4. So then answer is true, like this. Then similarly, 6 not equals to 7. Yes, 6 not equals to 7 is true, because both are not equal. So the answer is true. So like this, the comparison operators can be used in the program. Right. So but when to use these comparison operators? When to use? What is the purpose of these comparison operators? Yes, can somebody answer? Why to use these comparison operators? Hello guys.
To compare the relation between two values.
When we require this, comparing the relation between two operands or values, when we require this one, when there will be a need for these operators.
During if else statement.
Sorry?
During if else statement.
During if else statement. Okay. Then
To find a maximum minimum.
to find the maximum and minimum. Okay. Then simple to make some decisions. Okay. So when we have to make some decisions in the program based on some conditions, if you want to do something or if you want to do something else, right? If you want to take some action, right? In that case, we need to go for comparing the data values, right? So mean these operators will play the role to make some decisions. So when we have a need for to make decision in the program, in that case we need to go for using these comparison operators. So here I have some. So this part I will explain later once I discuss the if else statement, right? Then next set of operators are Boolean operators. So two sets of operators we already learned, that is arithmetic and the comparison operators. The next third set of operator is called as Boolean operators. So Boolean operators in C programming language, these Boolean operators are also called as logical operators, right? So there are three operators of Boolean type. So what are these? One is and, or, and the third one is not operator. So Boolean and, Boolean or, Boolean not operator. So what are these? So these Boolean operators are to be used to combine the if you mean to combine the one or more relations to be compared, to compare one or more relations at a time. So in that case we have to go with the Boolean operators, right? For example, if I have a chalk box, so then I can go to board and use the board, right? So two are there here. If I have a chalk box, then I can go to a board and I can write on the board, right? So like that, if there is if there are multiple relations to be compared, then those relations can be combined with the help of these kind of Boolean operators. So that is AND operator, OR operator, or NOT operator. So what is Boolean AND operator? If both are, so you know the truth table of the AND operator, if both are true, the result will be true, otherwise the answer will be false. Likewise, the Boolean OR operator, so the truth table of OR operator is if both are false, the result will be false, otherwise the result will be true. Like then NOT operator, what is NOT operator? It negates the true value to false and false value to true, right? So now you can see some examples here. Look at here now how to combine the comparison and Boolean operators. Here I written some examples. Now you can test these examples with the, right? See, for example, I'll go with here 4 less than 5 and, right, you use in C programming language you use ampersand symbol, but here we have to use the word and, Okay, for the Boolean AND operator. And so then I'll write 7 less than 8. So what will be the answer for this one? 4 less than 5 and 7 less than 8. Yes guys, you can answer.
True, sir.
True, sir.
True.
True, sir. True,
True.
sir. True, sir.
Okay. 4 less than 5 is true or false?
True, sir. True, sir. True, sir.
7 less than 8, true or false?
True, sir. True, sir.
True and with true. True and with true. What is the final answer?
True, sir.
True.
True, sir.
Okay.
True.
So then
True,
answer
sir.
will be
True,
right.
sir.
Okay. Then we'll take a one more now. 2 not equals to 3 and 3 less than 2. Now what will be the answer?
False. False. False, sir.
Why
False.
false?
False, sir.
False, sir.
Why false?
Second condition is wrong, sir.
True is not equal to true is not less than true, and false is equals to
2 not equals
false
to 3.
added with true.
2 not equals to 3 is true. Correct? Huh?
True, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. 3 less than 2. What about 3 less than 2?
Is false, sir.
False.
False.
True
False.
and with anything will be false. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So sorry,
Yes,
2 and, sorry, 2 and with false is false. Right? That is false. Right? So likewise, when we want to combine more than 2 relations, okay, 2 or more than 2 relations, then we can go with the AND operator. Similarly, like AND operator, you can go with the OR operator or even with the NOT operator. We'll show one more example for the NOT operator here. So OR 2 is equals to 3, okay, or then 3 less than 4. Okay, so what is the answer for this one? What is the answer? What is the result for this one?
True. True, sir.
True. True, sir.
Why
True,
true?
sir. True. Or
So 2 is equals to 3 is false, correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
But 3 less than 4 is true, right? False or with true is always true, right? Yes. Like this,
sir.
just you can write here not 2 is equals to 3. Now what is the answer for this one? Not of 2 is equals to 3.
True.
True.
True, sir.
2 is equals to 3 is true or false?
False, sir. False.
False.
False,
Not
sir.
false. Not false.
It negates, sir.
Not false will be negated as
True, sir.
true. Okay.
True.
Right. So that's why you get the answer as true. Okay. So one example, you see the PPT here. Can you see my cursor? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just see here how it is going to evaluate as shown in steps. Okay. 1 is equals to 2 or not 2 is equals to 2. So now how it is going to evaluate? How it is going to evaluate? What is the order of evaluation? So again we need to follow here order of evaluation as well as the associativity rule. Right? What is the order of evaluation? Okay. In my next slide I will show you the list of operators with their precedence and associativity. So but here you tell me now what is the order of evaluation for this one now? Look at here, 1 is equals to 2. First priority
False.
is, see listen, first priority is for the arithmetic. First precedence is always given to the arithmetic operators. The second priority is given to the comparison operators. Second precedence. Okay, second precedence is given to the comparison operators. Then the third precedence is given to the Boolean operators. Got my point? Now what we have here in this expression, we have comparison operators and we have Boolean operators. So which are to be evaluated first?
Arithmetic, sir.
Sorry. Here you see this example.
Comparison.
We have only relational comparison operators and we have Boolean operators in this expression now. In this expression we have comparison operators and we have Boolean operators. Among these two, which one to evaluate first?
Comparison operators.
Comparison operators.
Only comparison operators. Okay.
Very good,
So
sir.
that's why 1 is equals to 2 is false or true.
False, sir.
That's why we have I have written here false.
False, sir.
I have written false. Then 2 is equals to 2.
It's true, sir.
It's
True, sir.
So I written true here. I written true. Now the expression is false or not true.
Not
Right.
true.
Now among or and not, only there are two operators here. Those are Boolean operators. Correct? There are two
Yes, sir.
operators. One is or, another one is not. Among these two
Not.
operators, which one has got highest precedence?
Not.
See here, listen.
Not, sir. Not.
Listen here. Among the Boolean operators, Boolean and Boolean or not, Boolean not. Among the three operators, not operator has got the highest precedence. Getting my point? Among the three Boolean operators, not operator has got the highest precedence. Then second highest precedence goes to and operator. Then third precedence goes to or operator. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So that's why not true will be performed first. Not true will be performed first. That is not true means false. So false or with false. What is the overall result? False or with false.
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 Okay.
False.
So that's why we get the final answer as false.
False.
Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Understood? Okay. Now come to this one.
Yes, sir.
Come to this one and see here now. First try to understand this one. Here I written the set. Here I written the all the three sets that we have gone through now. First is arithmetic operators. The first precedence goes to arithmetic operators. Among arithmetic operators, now first precedence goes to what is this one?
Exponential.
Exponent operation. Exponent operation. Right. Then second precedence goes to modulus, integer
Modulus.
division and multiplication. So these four operators have got the same precedence, so they have to be evaluated left to right.
Left to right.
Right. Then plus and minus comes next. Right. Then again they have to be evaluated from left to right. So
Left to
this is
right.
the first precedence. Second precedence goes to comparison operators. All the
Comparison.
comparison operators have the equal precedence. Remember, all the comparison operators have got the equal precedence, so they have to be evaluated from left to right. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Then third
Yes,
precedence,
Yes, sir.
the third precedence goes to the Boolean operators. Among Boolean operators, the not comes first, then and, then or. Right? So here I written the arrow mark. So that's how we need to go for evaluation. So now with the help of this one, what is the answer and how to evaluate, you tell me for this expression now. 2 plus 2 is equals to 4 and not 2 plus 2 equals to 5 and 2 into 2 equals to 2 plus 2. Now this expression has got arithmetic operators, comparison operators as well as Boolean operators. So now how you are going to evaluate this expression and what is the answer? Do it manually in the notebook step by step and tell me the answer.
True, sir.
True or
True, sir.
true. Okay.
True, sir. True.
Okay, do it.
TRUE.
Okay, do it. Don't type only on the interpreter and then tell the answer. Okay, do it manually and tell the answer. Okay,
True, sir.
true.
True, sir.
True.
True, sir.
True. Okay.
True, sir.
Which operators you evaluated first?
Arithmetic operators.
Arithmetic operators.
Arithmetic.
Okay, arithmetic operators.
Yes, sir.
Right. So plus operator is there here. Then here plus operator is there. Here multiplication operator is there. Here plus operator is there. Since all are independent, mean not dependent on the other expressions. The result is not dependent on the other expression, other part of the expression. So we can evaluate simultaneously, right? So look at here. Now I'll change here itself. 2 plus 2 becomes 4. Then this 2 plus 2 also will become 4. Then this 2 into 2 will become 4. Then this 2 plus 2 will become 4. So now all arithmetic operators being finished. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
This is what you did in your notebook, right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
All are there or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the first step, what we did in first step, all arithmetic operators have been evaluated, right? The next precedence goes to the comparison operators. So comparison operators, there are multiple comparison operators like here. Is equal operator is there. Here is equal. Here also is equal operator is there. So you need to evaluate from left to right. So what I'll do? 4 is equals to 4. Is true or false?
True, sir. True, sir.
Okay.
True, sir.
True. Then 4 is equals to 5.
False.
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 Right. 4 is
False,
equals to
sir.
5 is false. Then 4 is equals to 4.
True. True, sir. True, sir.
Then now we are left with only Boolean operators. We are left with only Boolean operators. And is there, not is there, and is there. Now which one to evaluate first?
Not, sir.
Not operator. That is
Not operator.
this one. Not
Not
false.
operator.
What is the answer? Not false.
True, sir. True, sir.
Okay.
True, sir.
Now
True,
we
sir.
left with and operator. So now what is the order of evaluation?
Left to right.
Left to right,
Since
sir.
both
Left to right,
operators are having
sir.
same precedence, left to right. Left to right. So true and with true. True.
True, sir.
Now true and with true, the answer will be
True, sir. True, sir.
right. True and with sorry. True and with true. So the final answer will be true. Sorry.
True, sir.
Got this one?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that completes the operators. So in the next class, I'll take you to the flow control. How to use these operators to control the flow of program execution. Okay. One more set is also available, but not listed in your syllabus copy. Even in the book also it has not mentioned. There are bitwise operators. Left shift operator is there, right shift operator is there, bitwise XOR, bitwise AND, bitwise OR, as well as negation operator. There is another set of bitwise operators that also you can use in the Python. Okay, in another class I will take up that also, but it's not there in the syllabus. But not like we should not see and we should not learn that because those are also very helpful for us. In most of the programs we can use those bitwise operators also. So we will take up that one in the another class. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.